Blame the coaches if you want. It is on the 18 skaters and the man in goal that the Capitals are in the position they're in right now.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Capitals fall to the Islanders 5-2. Well, 4-2, but an empty netter. And it's really hard to say, but this game was absolutely worse than game 1. And not worse because they lost by more goals. They actually lost by the same amount of goals. There just happened to be an empty netter in this one. Worse because they played worse hockey. As a team, as a 18-man team with 2 goaltenders, they played worse hockey. It is so frustrating to see your team come out after a loss and just swing for the fences. Just come out with their first 2 shifts and just lay it on as thick as they can. And in the first 54 seconds of the game, have your captain score a goal. And this has me excited. I'm thinking, oh, they figured out their mistakes. They've seen the error of their ways. They're gonna play a better hockey game. But no! They fall into the exact same pattern that they did for the last 30 minutes of game 1, and they continue to follow that pattern for the next 58 minutes of the game. Now, there's a lot to talk about in this game, and I would love to talk about it all, but it is very late, and I am very tired, so let's just harp on the key points. Let's debunk a few myths while you've joined me here today. Myth number 1. The loss is Braden Holtby's fault and he needs to be benched. What are you talking about? Are you an idiot? Yes, you watching this video who thinks Braden Holtby should be benched for the rest of the playoffs. You are an idiot. Okay, that's a little harsh. I don't think you're an idiot. But come on, seriously? What happened in this game? What goal was given up that made you think, yeah, Holtby, he's not very good. He needs to be benched? None of them. That's what. None of these goals give me that impression. Don't believe me? That's fine. We'll go through them. Goal number 1. New York is on the power play. Shot block is deflected into the corner. The Caps are unable to clear the zone. The puck comes back up to the defenders. The defenders interchange. Leddy has a shot on net. There are 3 guys standing in front of Braden Holtby. He can't see anything. And the shot from the point kind of slightly deflects off the Siegenthaler, hits the post, and goes in. How do you blame Braden Holtby for that? There are 3 guys standing in front of him. He can't see diddly squat. And the puck deflects off his own defender off the post and in. Goal number 1, not Braden Holtby's fault. Goal number 2, Caps are in their own zone. It's a shot on net. Holtby makes a save. It's a rebound shot on net. Holtby makes a second save. Puck goes to the corner, comes up the half board. Mayfield pinches from his defensive position and sends the puck to the crease. Martin is all alone in the crease, nobody around him, and he deflects the puck past Holtby. Goal number 2, not Holtby's fault. Goal number 3, I have 2 words for you. Jacob Vrana. And I don't think there's anything else to say about this goal, so we're just going to move on. Now, you could argue on the breakaway he should have had the save, but it's a breakaway. Come on, the shooter has all the advantage of the breakaway. Goal number 3, not Holtby's fault. Goal number 4, New York Islanders are just pinning Washington into their own zone. I mean, they have a 1-goal lead, and they are just relentless. They are not giving Washington any room. Anyway, puck is deep into Washington's zone. Orlov takes the puck from behind his net and tries to send it out of the zone, but gives it straight to Pajot. Pajot, I don't know, but he gives it straight to him. Pajot tries to pass the puck over to Clutterbuck, and there's just the slightest tip of the stick from Karlsson. That deflects the puck up onto Clutterbuck, off of Clutterbuck's hand, and into the net. How is Holtby supposed to stop that? It's a double deflection that he's not expecting, and you can't expect him to make that save. Goal number 4, not Holtby's fault. And goal number 5 was an empty netter. So if you blame that one on Holtby, then what are you doing watching hockey? Okay, so myth number 1, this game is Holtby's fault and he needs to be benched. Debunked. Myth number 2, Todd Reardon is to blame because he apparently can't coach and makes no adjustments. Okay, I've had a long conversation about this with my buddy Jack. And Jack, if you're watching this, I love you, man. You're a great friend and you're a great fan. I just have some very, very strong feelings about firing a coach because they lost a playoff game or 2. Yes, I know, he lost last year against Carolina in 7. But how many years was Barry Trotz with us before he finally won a cup? And how many years has Todd Reirden been here? Is Todd Reirden blameless? No, absolutely not. Does Todd Reirden need to be held to a higher standard? I think so. I do not think Todd Reirden is the savior of the Caps and he is going to lead us to another cup. I just straight up don't. If he does, that'd be great. But do I think he's going to? No. Do I also think that he needs to be blamed for losses in Game 1 and Game 2 and straight up just be fired? No, I don't. The coaching staff has a system that they want the team to play within. That system was greatly shown in Game 1. Particularly in the first half of Game 1. Caps got the puck in deep, they played hard in the corners, they won their board battles, they won the puck out to the crease, and they created havoc in front of Varlamov, and they were able to smack in a few goals. That type of play slowly dwindled away, and we ended up losing the lead because of it, and ultimately losing the game. Game 2 started in a very similar fashion. The Caps came out swinging, starting with their second line. Props to Lars Eller for stepping up in the absence of Nick Backstrom. Second line gets out there and they get into the offensive zone quick. They get it on the boards and they hit them hard. And here comes the first line, winning a board battle, bringing the puck out to the center crease, and look, Ovi backhands it in, it's a goal, 1-0 Caps. And that's the type of play that wins games. That's the type of play that the coaching staff wants the team to play within. The only problem is you have to have 18 skaters buy into that system. We had about 3 this game. And props to Ovechkin. In the post-game interview, he said, yeah, we all have to play better, and it starts with me. I have to be better. You scored 2 goals, dude! And that's the kind of captain you need to have, and that's why I love my captain. Even though he scored 2 goals, and he brought us back from a terrible loss, he blames himself and he says he needs to be better. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, coaching. So the coaches are not to blame because they have a set system that they want the team to play within. It is the 18 skaters sitting on that bench in front of them who need to execute that plan. And when players don't execute the plan properly, or they are not playing up to a level at which the coaches think they need to be playing in order to win a Stanley Cup playoff game, they get benched. Case in point, Jacob Vrana. Jacob Vrana has an egregious giveaway 5 feet inside the blue line right after Ovechkin tied the game. And I mean right after. I'm talking about next face-off, puck gets in the zone right after. I mean, I think the next goal was like 15 seconds after Ovechkin tied the game. That's like not even half a shift later. I mean, it's just the laziest play I've ever seen. He's 5 feet inside the blue line, puck at his feet, and he's just like, what am I supposed to do with this black ground thing that's made of rubber? Meanwhile, an Islander player is just gunning down on him, strips him of the puck, sends Nelson on a breakaway, and it's 3-2 Islanders. And when Vrana gave it that puck that led to that breakaway goal, Todd Reirden benched him for the remainder of the second period. And to give you an idea how long that was, that goal happened just under 7 minutes into the second period. That means Jacob Vrana was benched for 13 minutes of gameplay. That is 100% true. Check the shift chart. He did not set foot back out on the ice for 1 second for the rest of the second period. Because Todd Reirden said, hey, look, dude, you're not skating. You just got beat to a puck on the second goal and then egregiously gave up the puck on the third goal. You need to sit down. And not only did Todd Reirden bench Jacob Vrana, which he should have, yes he should, he completely shook up every line for the next 10 minutes or so. After killing off a penalty right after that goal happened, which Hagelin had a breakaway and he was so close to scoring, I can't believe he blew that wide. Reirden starts switching up the lines aggressively. I mean, I initially saw it when I saw Eller on a line with Panik and Oshie. And that's kind of interesting because you got Eller, who's a great center. You got Oshie, who's a great goal scorer, case in point game 1. And then you got Panik, who had a great finish to his regular season and is a great fourth line grinder. That's 3 severely different type of players put onto the same line to try and mix things up, to try and find something that's going to work to shift momentum back into the Caps' way. And it doesn't stop there. It got very interesting. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, I saw lines consisting of Ovechkin, Hathaway, and Oshie. Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, and Kovalchuk. I really feel like some Russian trio magic should have happened there. Oshie, Eller, and Wilson were on a line for a little bit. And then at one point, Panik got moved up to the third line with Boyd and Hagelin. And that is what a good coach is supposed to do. When something is not going right, they need to shake it up. Bench a player who is playing terribly and move your lines around to try and find anything that works. Anyway, myth number 2, Reardon is at fault and he needs to be fired because he doesn't coach and he doesn't make adjustments. Debunked. So then the big question is, what's the issue? What is the problem? Why are the Caps not winning games that they absolutely should be winning? It's becoming very exhausting to say, but it's because they stopped skating. The Caps are lazy. The Caps are playing lazy hockey. Some of the laziest hockey I've seen them play in probably the last decade. And that's saying something because there was a couple years there that were really bad. But this is a different story. This is lazy in the sense where it just feels like they don't care. And that's super concerning as a fan. I'm going to back my team no matter what. We are down 2 games and I don't care. I will go back to 2018, the year we won the Cup, all day. We lost the first 2 games against Columbus at home and we still ended up winning that series and we still went on to win the Cup. So I do not care about losing 2 games. It means nothing to me. What I care about is a team that is unwilling to put effort into winning a hockey game. And there is not a single person I put above anybody else. Every single one of those skaters on the bench, all 18 skaters and 2 goaltenders. Okay, Vitek Vanacek gets passed because, he hasn't had any ice time so far. Are at fault here. So if you're gonna sit there and tell me that these losses are due to one player or one coach, I severely refute your opinion. Because a hockey game is never won by one person. A hockey game is won by an entire team. You will never find any Stanley Cup winning team consisting of one player. It is going to take an entire team to step up and figure out what's wrong, to get out on that ice and to play like you have been playing for the past 5 months. Even though you've been sitting on your butts, not able to do anything since March. Act like you've been playing the entire time and have the mentality of a cup winning team, and you might end up winning a Stanley Cup. But that only happens, that will only ever happen, if there is buy-in from an entire bench and an entire coaching staff that believes that this team can win. Do I think that the Caps are out of this because they've lost 2 games? Absolutely not. I will cheer for my team until the very last second of the very last game when they are finally eliminated from this competition or they finally raise that beautiful, beautiful cup above their heads again. But until then, until that moment comes to pass, I will sit on my couch and I will cheer for my Caps in red because I believe, and it's okay to believe. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up button for me. And if you enjoyed your time here, consider subscribing. There's a lot more hockey to play and a lot more content to come. And as always, let's go Caps!